I'd like to call to order the City Commission meeting for this, the 12th day of January, 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. Can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Gollison.
Here.
Commissioner Mercer.
Here.
Commissioner Dantzler.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Yates.
Here.
And Mayor Birdsong.
Here. We will have invocation by Pastor Chris Weatherly of Christ Community Church, and we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Vanessa Castillo, MMC City Clerk. Please stand if able.
Allow me to pray for us. Heavenly Father God, we thank you. We thank you for every person here. We thank you that you love them. Lord, we thank you that you love this city. We thank you that you love all of the people in this city. Lord, I pray that your hand will be all over this meeting. That, Lord, you will provide wisdom that far surpasses any of our own intellect. And, Lord, you will lead and guide us, lead and guide this city. Lord, we love you. It's in your holy and precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioners, would you join me?
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. We have two presentations this evening. Our first presentation is a proclamation in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We have representatives from our steering committee who are with us, and I believe Zania Zhao is going to accept the proclamation on behalf of the committee, but we certainly will invite all of them forward for a photo, and I will read the proclamation. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to championing equality, justice, and the power of peaceful action, inspiring an enduring movement that transformed the conscience of a nation. And whereas through his unwavering courage and belief in the transformative power of love and service, Dr. King challenged America to rise to its highest ideals, calling upon each citizen to recognize the dignity and worth of every person. And whereas Dr. King's words and actions continue to serve as a guiding light for the city of Winter Haven, reminding us that lasting progress is achieved when we stand together in compassion, understanding, and shared purpose. And whereas the observance of this day provides an opportunity for residents of Winter Haven to reflect upon Dr. King's teachings, redirect themselves to his dream, and engage in meaningful acts of service to honor his enduring legacy. And whereas the city of Winter Haven joins communities across the nation in honoring Dr. King's extraordinary legacy by uplifting his dream of equality and encouraging residents to engage in acts of kindness, volunteerism, and reflection that strengthen our neighborhoods and bring people closer together. And whereas during the MLK week, a wreath will be laid at MLK Park in memoriam of Dr. King's dream, serving as a powerful symbol of remembrance and inspiration for the entire community to advancing his vision of a beloved community where opportunity, understanding, and peace prevail. Now, therefore, Nathaniel J. Birdsong, Jr., Mayor of the City of Winter Haven, does hereby recognize January 19th, 2026 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the City of Winter Haven, and urges all citizens to join in honoring Dr. King's legacy by participating in the activities and events hosted by the city in partnership with the MLK Steering Committee that reflect his principles of love, unity, and peace, and to recommit ourselves to building a community that uplifts all people. In witness whereof, he is hereunto set his hand and caused the seal of the City of Winter Haven, Florida, to be affixed this 12th day of January 2026. Signed, Nathaniel J. Birdsong, Jr., Mayor. Attest, Vanessa Castillo, City Clerk. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Before I start, I'd like to ask you all a question. If Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. were standing before us today, Would he applaud our progress or question our complacency? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership during the Civil Rights Movement was received in unwavering belief that the equality and not a privilege had, but a fundamental right. Dr. King changed this nation to live up to his promise that all people are created equal. Thank you for the opportunity to share an overview of the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. Week, events planned by the City of Winter Haven in the partnership with the MLK Steering Committee. MLK Week is designed to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through education, service, reflection, and celebration, while creating opportunities for our community to come together in meaningful ways. We kick off our MLK Week by hosting a children's story time at the Winter Haven Library. This event introduces students to Dr. King's legacy through an age-appropriate storytelling and crafts. In partnership with the Winter Haven Ritz, the theater, this Wednesday evening, we will open our doors at 6 p.m. and we will be showing the movie Marshall at 6:30. It is free admission for all of the community to come and enjoy. On Thursday at 10 a.m., we will host the MLK wreath layering ceremony at the MLK Park. This ceremony provides a moment of reflection and remembrance honoring Dr. King's legacy. The city leadership, community, and members and partners are invited to join us and pause to reflect on Dr. King's impact and his recommitment to ourselves and his vision. This centerpiece of the MLK Week is our Unity Luncheon this Friday at Normeo Hall. This is for our community leaders, residents, businesses, and partners. During the luncheon, we will recognize and honor local heroes, individuals who have made a lasting impact in the Winter Haven through service, leadership, and advocacy, and to also hear from our keynote speaker as he reflects on Dr. King's visions and relevance today. Tickets are also sold at the Normeo Hall for the Unity Luncheon. We encourage residents and members of the community to come and attend to take part in this important event. On Saturday morning, we look forward to the annual MLK Parade, a long-standing and beloved community tradition. The parade features community groups, schools, churches, businesses, and civic organizations and celebrates Dr. King's legacy through music, cultural appreciation, and cultural expression, and community pride. Finally, the concerned citizens of Winter Haven will be hosting a breakfast at Normeo Hall on Monday morning. All are welcome. This is a free community event. MLK Week emphasizes Dr. King's belief that everybody can be great and everyone can serve. Together, these events reflect the City of Winter Haven's commitment to honoring Dr. King's legacy, not only in words, but through education, service, recognition, and unity. On behalf of the MLK Steering Committee, I want to thank the City Commissioners, City staff, sponsors, volunteers, and community partners for their continued support of the MLK Week, and we look forward to celebrating this week with the whole community. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to look here first, and then we're gonna let the rest of the hands up take photos. All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. We do one more. All right. Anyone else want? There we go. One more.
One second. Okay, there it is. Thank you.
We have one more presentation this evening, Mayor and Commissioners, for the Florida Arbor Day event and proclamation. Deputy City Manager MJ Carnevale will present this.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and City Commissioners. Members of our Urban Forestry Advisory Board, Anna Saavedra and Shannon Carnevale are here tonight to accept. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world during the local tree planting season. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate temperature extremes, remove pollutants, reduce stormwater runoff, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas the City of Winter Haven is committed to promoting ecologically sound urban forestry principles, as evidenced by being nationally recognized as a Tree City USA for more than 30 years, and whereas trees in Winter Haven increase property values and enhance the economic vitality of business areas while beautifying our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, provide a source of joy and spiritual renewal, while standing as both literal and metaphorical pillars of our community. Now, therefore, Nathaniel J. Birdsong Jr., Mayor of the City of Winter Haven, Florida, does hereby proclaim January 16th, 2026 as Florida Arbor Day in the City of Winter Haven, and urges all citizens to support efforts to keep our urban forests healthy and sustainable. In witness whereof, he is hereunto set his hand and caused the seal of the City of Winter Haven, Florida, to be affixed this 12th day of January 2026. Signed, Nathaniel J. Birdsong Jr., Mayor. Attest, Vanessa Castillo.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Commissioners. We are honored to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Urban Forestry Advisory Board. Florida Auburndale, or not Auburndale, whoa, Florida Arbor Day is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate Winter Haven's commitment to promoting a healthy urban forest, which is a vital asset for the city that provides shade, flood protection, cooling, and enhances property values and overall quality of life. This Saturday, January 17th, the city will host its annual tree giveaway in South Central Park in partnership with the University of Florida Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences Extension of Polk County, and keep Winter Haven clean and beautiful. Winter Haven residents will have the opportunity to choose from 3 Florida native species that they can plant in their yards, helping grow our urban canopy for generations to come. We sincerely thank the Commission again for recognizing this day and for your continued dedication to promoting urban forestry in our city.
That's all, sir. Thank you.
We have no developments of note. So the next item would be the minutes, commissioners.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
motion to approve all 7 sets of minutes as presented.
thank you. I will close the commission meeting, open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak to any of these minutes may do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing, reopen the city commission meeting. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposes by the same sign. Hearing none. All of the minutes are adopted. The next item that we have, comments from the audience. And we have one person that has signed up, B. Hoffman. Would you please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 5 minutes.
Good evening, and welcome to the new commissioner. And
Ms. Hoffman, can you just pull the mic down to you a little bit there? Thank you, ma'am.
I want to say good evening and welcome to the new commissioner, almost. And I want to challenge,
Could you please give us your address?
my name is Betty Hoffman, and I live on US 17 near Havendale. Since this is the new year and hoping for some new changes from our city and within the new commissioner, some ideas. And I was very pleased, I'm going to refer to your January 7th agenda meeting. And one of the items on there was climate control, and I don't think you can control climate. My Lord and Savior does that. Tourism, living on a major road, the tourists come in and they see some trash. Safety, trash, falling down signs that could hurt residents, and estuaries. I live near Spring Lake Mall Plaza, and it has been an eyesore for years, and many vacant buildings and mounting code violations, like over 40 of them. I don't know how many have been taken care of, but I was so excited to see in that meeting to keep the Polk County beautiful. And I believe in that, and I'm glad to see that we're working as a community towards that. And the mall was a eyesore for us that live in the condos around there. There was no fence to protect the homeless or others from accessing that building that was falling down. There were 41 tires that the city paid for the police to come and count. There's still 22 there. To quote Mr. T. Michael, I can't pronounce your last name and pronounce it perfect, but with respect, I want to quote you, that saying on recycling day, which is coming up January 24th from 9 to 1, they're going to have you can bring no more than 24 tires to the event because they're considered a hazardous waste and you need a commercial license that comes with liabilities. Well, I've lived across from those liabilities along with a couple of hundred other people that didn't seem to get it done. And like I said, it's still there. So I'm glad to see that we're going to work towards cleaning up things. The next thing is the donation boxes. There was a donation box that was falling apart and was put over in where Floridino's restaurant used to be. So therefore, we now had mattresses, couches, and a whole bunch of other trash. And it stayed there for over a year. And then they finally tore down the building. And I don't know who did it because it was going back and forth. The city's doing it. No, the mall was doing it. Don't want to mention any names. But it finally got done. And whoever did it did a wonderful job. They were out there with brooms sweeping. So they were great people. Just want to say, if you got to use them again, they're good ones. So the donation boxes. So that was a problem, but now I'm getting the trash back again. The trash is coming back. I had to call many people. I called the health department, Public Works, many people. And like Tanya Ayers said on that same videotape that I watched, that everybody points the finger to everybody else. I called Polk County and they told me that was not their jurisdiction. So I said, well, I'm glad you don't get any of my money. But anyways, I did call John Albert's office and he supposedly talked to somebody here and cleaned up that trash. But like I said, it is back, and the donation boxes, there's still 3 over in that mall. If you haven't seen them, drive through and they're there. And the other trash, I don't know, there was trash back in there that Peacock and Scarecrow owned that's landlocked, and it had violations for the trash that was there from the homeless and to be cleaned up. I don't know if that ever was done, but I am also concerned because you are trying to put city sewers around Lake Hartridge. Well, you've got some major lakes over here at Spring Lake. Anyways, all of those tires
Ma'am,
and that trash is going in there.
I'll give
So
you
thank
another
Thank you. God
60
bless you.
seconds if you need it. Another 60 seconds, 1 minute to
Okay.
wrap it up.
I want to thank you that you're going to work with that, and I appreciate that, but I do feel that code violations need to be stronger, put some teeth into it, because you find them and then you come back and say, we can reduce that for you. I don't think they're enough, and you should make them do it. And I don't know who's going to send a letter to Landmark or Windbrand to tell them about the tire collection and the ones behind your building that you said there's a ton of them too. So thank you. God bless you. And I appreciate my city and all of you sweet people. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, ma'am. No. Oh.
He wants to speak.
If you want to speak, come to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
Thank you very much, city managers and city clerk and mayor and commission for letting me speak. I'm new to this, my first time here, so I didn't know I had to sign, and
Okay.
thank you. And Mr. Mayor, I thank you for helping me a few months ago. My name is Daniel Serpa. I called your office to help me over at the Florence Place Apartments, and you quickly assisted me with the air conditioning. They came right away after I called your office, and I really appreciate that. The reason why I'm here tonight, I actually just came out of the hospital 2 nights ago. I almost lost my finger, my hand, almost went septic because of a homeless violence attack that happened to me on the 3rd of January in front of my development. There's homeless sleeping in the breezeways, doing drugs, all kinds of illegals at the Florence Place Apartments. I see a horrible homeless situation here. I don't see much police patrol. I make anonymous calls, and the homeless are just living in my breezeway. They're violent. I wound up getting injured. I have pictures. I communicated this with the Florence Place manager, who you are aware of, who you know. And she told me that it's my job to call law enforcement, and I feel it's really the property management's responsibility to get these homeless off of the property. It's not really much, I don't feel, mine. Thank you for allowing me the time, sir,
Thank you.
and everyone else.
Thank you. Okay, if there may be someone else that didn't sign up that would like to address this commission, you may do so at this time by coming forward, stating your name and address for the record. All right, seeing none, we will move to presentation of the plaques.
Good evening, Mayor and City Commission. It is certainly my pleasure and privilege this evening to present these plaques to the individuals. And this is a plaque for you, Mr. Mayor. So if you will come down, I'll be happy to present it to you. And I'm going to scoot around to the front. I have here before me today, this evening, a plaque to present to the Mayor, Nathaniel J. Birdsong Jr., in recognition of your dedicated service as mayor to the Winter Haven City Commission for the year 2025 to 2026. And I'm presenting this to you today, this 12th day of January 2026, with great thanks and gratitude for the service that you have provided as mayor for the city of Winter Haven. is now my privilege and honor to present a plaque to Mayor Pro Tem Brian Yates. I have a plaque here today, or this evening rather, to present to Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Brian Yates, to thank him in recognition of your dedicated service as Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Winter Haven City Commission for the year 2025 to 2026, presented this 12th day of January 2026. And again, on behalf of all of the citizens and residents and your fellow commissioners, all of the city staff, thank you very much for your service and dedication as Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Winter Haven. All right, now I have a really big honor in presenting to Commissioner Bradley T. Dantzler. Please come down. While Commissioner Dantzler is making his way down as well, I just want to reflect on the fact that we have a citizen and a resident of the city of Winter Haven who not only has served with distinction, but is also a tireless advocate for all of the residents and citizens of the city of Winter Haven. And in addition to being a tireless advocate and an excellent, wonderful city commissioner, he has become a friend, not only a friend to me, but a colleague. And so it is with great pride that I am here tonight to present this to Commissioner. Present to Bradley T. Dantzler, in appreciation of your distinguished leadership, dedicated service, and lasting contributions as mayor and commissioner to the City of Winter Haven City Commission from 2013 to 2026. And I present this to the mayor and commissioner. I always refer to him as mayor. I think Commissioner Dantzler was mayor probably longer than anyone else in the entire city's history. So I present this with great pride, this 12th day of January of 2026. Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the swearing in of the newly elected commissioners. But before you come forward, John, I would just like to make a few comments about Commissioner Dantzler. Commissioner Dantzler, I've had the privilege and the honor of serving with you for your entire tenure on the commission. And I also had the privilege and the honor of serving with you as a member of the board when you were the president of the chamber. So we've been together for a good little bit. But I want you to know that you being on this commission and some of the things that you've done, we will forever remember. And I'm just going to mention one. The Chain of Lakes Complex, the Advent Center. Commissioner Dantzler led the charge in negotiating the changeover from the previous owner when it was under contract. I remember that. You did that. Also, the tennis center, when you and I both were getting calls about Auburndale having clay courts in the city of Winter Haven was back in the 19th century, not even the 20th century. You led the charge for us to really redo our tennis complex. And so those are just two examples. I could name a few others as it relates to the Florida League of Cities being a hometown hero, working towards home rule for all of the citizens of Winter Haven. So, and working on the trust. I mean, you have been and shown great leadership and fortitude to give above and beyond what has been required as a city commissioner. So I just wanted to personally thank you for your service, and we're going to miss you. And I know you're getting ready to sail off into the sunset or drive off into the sunset or whatever it is you want to do. But may God be with you. And so now we're going to seek the new commissioners, but I want to give you an opportunity. If you would like to have some final words.
Well, that's dangerous, but I do appreciate that because I would like to say a few things. But thank you. I'm going to call you Nat, even though you're mayor. I appreciate you. I've been up here 13 years, and I'm the third longest serving commissioner in Winter Haven's history. And I've been sitting next to that man for 13 years. And I really consider him a friend, and he has taught me a lot about Winter Haven. And I was born and raised here, and I have learned a lot from this man over here about what it was really like for somebody who lived a different upbringing than I do. And I'm so appreciative for him and the way he represents Winter Haven and represents all the people. So Nat, thank you for your kind words, and I appreciate you very much. You know, I was thinking when I was born, Winter Haven was small, it was tiny, and we were a small town, and we've grown up and we've become a bigger city. And I love my town, and I've got grandkids that now live in Charleston, so I assume I'll be spending more time up in Charleston, but I still have a regular day job. But Winter Haven will always be my home, and I really love this place. But I want to challenge our commissioners to, you know, we're not a little city anymore. In fact, recently our city manager had the honor and distinction to go up to Tallahassee and represent mid-sized cities and speak on behalf of mid-sized cities, not a small town, but not a Miami or an Ohio or a Orlando, but we're a mid-sized city now. I want us to start thinking like that and thinking differently and thinking like we've got more to offer than we're not such a small city. So I've got a few comments, just a few suggestions that we might want to consider, because we are not a small town. We're on our way. We're growing faster and faster. First of all, I think you guys need to all vote yourselves a pay raise. And we don't make near enough money for what we do, the amount of time we put in, and the way that you do it is you index it to Lakeland. Lakeland, whenever they raise their rate, if they got 50% more money than we do, then we should make 50% of the money. Same way with our city manager, we have the second largest city in Polk County, so our city manager should make the second most money. I think public input, you know, when you think about how all the other communities, we should contemplate how much time we do for public input. An elected mayor is something I think is a must. I know that it's something that many other communities in Polk County do this, and I think it's something that we should consider because of the size of our town. Our proclamation process should be considered. You know, just to make sure everybody on the commission weighs in on the proclamations. Something simple but easy. I spend a lot of time on Google Earth, and whenever we're considering a piece of property or zoning, it should be nice to have Google Earth zoom in. So we actually, and I was born here, and I know the difference between 5th Street Northwest and 5th Street Northeast, but I still don't know north and south and east and west like some people do. So it'd be nice if we could just Google Earth down and zoom in on property so people can know exactly what we're talking about. I do think we need an art venue. I failed in this to try to convince us that we should probably have an arts. And MJ was just talking about how he went to a coon stall. Y'all have heard me talk about coon stalls for 10 years, but I still think having an art facility where you can have art shows, dedicated art shows, is something Winter Haven's ready to support. So finally, in terms of our elections have been good so far, but we're getting big. And where the confusion comes from elections, like this last time, is when people's precincts change. So we have enough city-owned properties now to where we can have our elections on our own city-owned property and never have to change an election, never have to change a precinct again. You can have them at the golf course, City Hall, Senior Center, Northeast Rec, Southeast Rec. You can have we have a lot of city facilities, and then people can get used to going to the same precinct every election, and we don't have any confusion like we did this last time. So, see? Yeah, there we go. And finally and foremost, this will be my last city commission meeting. And I have a whole closet full of ties, and I'm gonna have a tie giveaway for anybody who wants ties. Let me know, because I will not be wearing many more of these after it's all over. And last but not least, to my successor, Chad Davis, I wish you nothing but the best. Very, very seldom do I post anything on Facebook, but I did on Election Day. And it was just very surreal to me that here I was voting for my successor. And that's what local government in this country is all about, is that we can have a peaceful transition. And I was able to go to the polls, cast my ballot for the person that's going to replace me. So Chad, I wish you nothing but the best. I've been saying for the longest time, I want younger people to take the reins. You're a younger person, you're taking the reins. So God bless you. And I wish you nothing but good fortune up here. Don't take things personal, because nobody comes up here and yells at us, is mad at us. They're mad at what we're talking about, but don't take anything personal, because it'll serve you well if you don't do that. I don't take anything personal that people say to me, because I know they don't really mean it on a personal level. And just do the right thing. Be more inclusive. Try to think of everybody. Be very inclusive with everything as you think, because you represent 50,000 people now, almost 60,000 people. So be inclusive and think about everybody, not just who you might know, but try to consider everybody as you go through the deliberative process. So that's it. It's been an honor and a privilege, and I'm thrilled, and I'm sad, and I'm happy, and a lot of other emotions that I don't know what else to say, but I love my town, and this has been one of the biggest honors, and I love the staff. We have a great city staff. You guys are awesome. Keep doing your good job, and keep pulling them. If we all pull the rope the same direction, we can move mountains. I've said that for 13 years, and I still mean it. If we all just pull the same way, we can move mountains. So thank you all. You mean a lot to me, and I will see you at Richard's Coffee or somewhere, and please come up and say hello whenever you see me, because I'm not going anywhere. So that's it. So.
Right, we're at the point where we will swear in our two commissioners. City Attorney, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commission. Again, I'm happy to be up here tonight. And at this time, I'd ask Chad Davis to please come up, and I will administer the oath of office to you as a city commissioner for the city of Winter Haven. Raise your right hand and please repeat after me. I, Chad Davis, do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the city of Winter Haven, the state of Florida, and the United States of America. That I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will faithfully perform the duties of city commissioner of the city of Winter Haven, on which I am now about to enter. So help me God. You're good. Congratulations.
Take my seat. It's warm. You're gonna need that for next year. I'm gonna hold you to it. See ya. All right.
Brother Dawson, you're next.
Mayor Commission again, my honor and privilege to now swear in Clifton E. Dawson. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Clifton E. Dawson,
I, Clifton D. Dawson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and government of the city of Winter
the
Haven,
Constitution and government of the city of Winter
the state of Florida,
Florida,
and the United States of America,
United States of America,
that I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will faithfully perform
that I shall faithfully perform
the duties of city commissioner
the duties of city clerk
of the city of Winter
of the
Haven,
city of Winter Haven,
on which I am now about to enter,
on which I am now about to enter.
so help me God.
So help me God.
You're good, official.
All right, we're getting ready to do something else, but before we do, I would like to give Commissioner Davis an opportunity to make some comments if he would like.
Sure. Thank you. I first want to begin by expressing my gratitude to those who helped get me to this next chapter. And I don't just mean those who helped me on my campaign, although I'm very grateful for their support, but rather tonight I want to honor some folks who helped prepare me as a person for public leadership, beginning with my family. My great-grandfather moved the Davises to Winter Haven in the 1920s, shortly after Winter Haven was incorporated as a city. My grandfather, Charles Aaron Sr., who went by Aaron Davis, attended Central Grammar School and made it to the 8th grade. My grandmother, Dina Davis, worked as a citrus packer at the old Winter Haven Citrus Growers Association packing house. From these humble beginnings, my father, Charles Jr., was the first in our family to graduate high school at Winter Haven Senior High, and then went on to get his master's and law degrees. 50 years ago, in 1976, my father was elected to this very city commission, and it is with great pride that I not only share his name, but also his commitment to serving the city. While my father may have given me his drive and ambition, my mother taught me compassion and perseverance, always supporting me with her words of encouragement and, most importantly, her prayers. Perhaps no one plows ahead when the going gets tough better than my mother, and she stayed by my side, pushing me to keep trying after every setback. My parents are here tonight with my brother Richie and his son, my godson Henry, and I know other family members who could not be here physically are also watching online. Thank you, and know how much you all mean to me. As I mentioned, my father held a seat on this commission 50 years ago, and I'm honored to be succeeding another multi-generational commissioner, my friend Brad Dantzler. Brad has truly left the city better off than he found it, and has proven that deep roots produce the best fruit. And if I'm half as good a steward of this seat as Brad, I will consider that to be a monumental success. I also want to thank two role models by whose examples I have been mentored in many lessons on public leadership: my former boss, Senator Kelly Stargel, and my current boss, Polk County Schools Superintendent Fred Hyde. I have witnessed both carry the heavy burden of making consequential decisions and doing so under the fierce scrutiny of the public, along with the defamation that comes from the rough and tumble of our current political dynamics. Being a public leader comes at a great cost, but it is an act of self-sacrifice for the common good.
As we know from the Gospel of St. John, no one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends, or in their case, one's community. Finally, I want to conclude by challenging all of us that as we move forward, we remain focused on the positive as we address opportunities for improvement. Winter Haven has come a long way just in my lifetime, and we are in a very strong position with lots of assets that are the envy of other cities. I'm truly very honored to be serving Winter Haven in the capacity as a commissioner, and I will do so humbly and to the best of my ability with God's grace and for his glory. Thank you.
Commissioner Dollison, would you?
Honorable Mayor, I'll be brief tonight. I've been at this for a little while now, at least for the past 2 years. It's really been an honor and a privilege to serve as City Commissioner in the City of Winter Haven. I do want to echo certainly our appreciation to Bradley Dantzler for the great job that he has done. I had the opportunity to sit next to him for the past 2 years, learned much from him. Also have great appreciation for his family, and I've known them over the years. And we certainly thank God for the service that he has rendered to this city, which has been exemplary. I also, I'm not originally from Winter Haven. I'm a transplant from the great state of Indiana. Go Hoosiers. And I thought I'd just throw that in there anyway. And, but I'm grateful. I married a Floridian, born in the city of Bartow, my wife, Valerie. In July of this year, Lord, be merciful to us. We will celebrate 45 years of marriage. I owe a debt of gratitude to my wife. She has been my mainstay and truly has been a true blessing and my partner in my adult life. And I just thank God every day for her and what she means to me. And she's been a great supporter of this city and has worked also very hard to make Winter Haven a better place. I also have two of my grown children who are here, and I have grandchildren that are here as well. I also have a son named, my oldest son is Bradley Dollison, and my son, baby boy, is Austin Dollison. Their wives are here, India Dollison and Erica Dollison, and I think I got some other little Dollisons out there somewhere. And my grandchildren that are here as well. And so I get up every morning thanking God for the privilege of serving a great church. Many of you may or may not be aware that I'm the 5th African American who have served on the commission for the City of Winter Haven. Of the 5 that have served, including myself, I have pastored 3 of them. And the one that currently holds a position of mayor who serves in our churches as well. So it's really been an honor. I never thought that I would perhaps be sitting here. My background primarily came out of the work of doing justice and recognizing that there were people who were on the margin and the voiceless and who were not given opportunity to be heard. And so we were champions for justice. And we came to this chamber and came here to speak truth to power, to address issues that are systemic, that are problems throughout our country. I am so grateful that Winter Haven listened to what we had to say as it relates to housing and affordable housing. We're the only city that actually went down in homelessness in Polk County. That is significant in and of itself. There are many other issues. Mental health is an issue that we are passionate about right now. So I sit here recognizing that as I've sat out there and I've spoke to those and challenged those who sit here, and I was sharing with someone today, it's a different view from up here than being out there. But I do have that appreciation that those who serve as officials have a great job to do. And there's great information that oftentimes citizens are not particularly aware of. And it's wonderful when you see individuals who take the time and engage themselves, get involved in the process and to know more about their city and about how the city functions. From our citizen who shared tonight, because where he lives and where he resides is a place that we fought very hard to see to become a reality. And the fact that he's challenged over there with an issue that's concerning, because it's literally outside where I work. And so hearing those issues and those concerns of all citizens is very vitally important. And so I'm grateful for the privilege that the city has given me to serve full term. J.P. Powell, I cannot, I have to say that he was a dear friend, and I was honored to eulogize him at his homegoing. And I thought I would honor him by serving the city because I knew he loved so well, and I supported him in his work for the city. So I've honored that privilege. And I thought that after the 2 years, perhaps I would go back to my regular duties. But then I thought I've learned so much and I've gained so much information that I would be able to now be a blessing, more of a blessing to this city and be able to share what I've learned. So that's why I ran. That's why I'm here. And I'm grateful for the privilege and opportunity to do so. So again, thank you so very much.
All right, we're at the point in the meeting where I officially state and vacate the office of mayor and turn the meeting over to our city attorney for the election of a new mayor, of a mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Former Mayor and commissioners. It is indeed, again, I don't like to participate in these meetings too often unless I really have to, but this is something that is something actually I enjoy doing. And it is something that I think is important. As you all know, there are 4 of you that are eligible to serve as mayor of the city of Winter Haven based on the charter provision that requires you to serve for at least 10 months before you're eligible. So at this time, I will open the floor for nominations for mayor for the city of Winter Haven for the next coming year.
Mr. Moderator, City Attorney, I nominate Brian Yates for mayor.
Very good. Are there any further nominations to come from the floor?
I move that the nomination be closed on one said name.
Very good. All those in favor of the nominations being closed, say aye.
Aye.
All those now in favor of Mayor Pro Tem Yates, now to become Mayor Yates, please say aye.
Aye.
Very good. It is now it is my privilege to administer the oath of office to Brian Yates as mayor for the city of Winter Haven. We'll come down to the well again. And then I get to also give you the ceremonial if you will please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Brian Yates.
I, Brian Yates,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution and government of the city of Winter Haven,
and defend the Constitution and government of the city of Winter Haven,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
That I am duly qualified to hold office
That I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties of mayor of the city of Winter Haven,
the duties of mayor of the city of Winter Haven,
on which I am now about to enter.
of which I am now about to enter. So help me God.
The bling bling.
Mayor of the city of Winter Haven. Proud privilege to present this to Mayor Yates as he undertakes the duties of mayor of the city of Winter Haven. Thank you.
Just make sure we get that.
Mayor Yates, we will need to retrieve that back from you before you leave the building this evening.
We'll make sure of it.
Yeah. So this is surreal, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do I do this? No, I'm just got it. Well, first of all, before we go any further, I thank you to the commissioners up here and showing your support to me. It's truly been an honor to serve on this commission. Don't pinch me. I don't want to wake up. I'm going to let you speak for just a minute. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna be brief. I just want to say that I'm honored to have not only to serve as a commissioner, but you all have conferred on me the extreme pleasure of serving as mayor for the past 2 years. And since I've been on this commission, I've actually now completed 7 years as mayor of the city of Winter Haven. And I really am appreciative, and really and truly, I've enjoyed 99.9% of the time. So thank you for allowing me to serve this great city. And I look forward to working with our newly elected mayor. And we're going to continue to move this city forward. That's what we're here to do. Thank you.
So as I was saying earlier, it's truly an honor to be up here and to be able to serve as the mayor of my hometown. Graduated from Winter Haven High School. It's blue and gold. Well, I guess that's not blue and gold. That's patina. Looks like blue. It's turning blue a little bit. I've got a couple family members decided to show up tonight, but my dad's here and my wife's here, and we left the kids at home just as got a 4-year-old, so he's pretty hyper right now. But I'm thankful for them to be here. I'm thankful for my family. One person I couldn't be here would be my mom. Lost her a few years back. She'd get a kick out of this for sure. But I will do the best of my ability, not let any of you down, not let any of you citizens down. And at the end of the day, when you make decisions, you just try to make the right decision and the decision that's fair and best for the city of Winter Haven. As Commissioner Dantzler mentioned, we are a mid-sized city now, and it's more important than ever that we are a commission that is visionary, that we are looking to the future, that we are taking into heart the decisions that we make up here. How is that going to affect the next generation of individuals that call Winter Haven home? And I have to say this too. We have made tremendous progress in Northeast Winter Haven with the Winter Haven Cultural Center. That's just a few weeks away from a ribbon cutting, I believe. The Reuben Williams Sports Complex, the Blue Sky property, and there's been several things that we have approved up here that have not come to fruition yet, but we've approved them. They're on the cusp of moving forward. So we need to build on that foundation of recent successes in Northeast Winter Haven. We need to continue to be fair and just to Southeast Winter Haven, to Central, to everyone. And I think we've got the commission up here to do that. And I look truly forward to serving our city as mayor. With that, in case I'm not here, we need a mayor pro tem. So, John, do you want to handle that, or that's my job now?
It's up to you.
I haven't gotten the pay raise yet.
That's the next ordinance you want to instruct me to prepare.
That check's in the mail, right?
But maybe.
You can let him do it.
We'll let you do it.
All right. At this time, as the mayor has indicated, it is time for you all to elect a mayor pro tem. And I will now open the floor for nominations for the office of mayor pro tem for the city of Winter Haven for the ensuing year.
I nominate Tracy Mercer.
Okay. Any more nominations?
I move that the nomination be closed on the one said name.
Okay, there's a motion to close nominations. All those in favor of closing nominations, please say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor of Tracy Mercer as mayor pro tem for the city of Winter Haven for the ensuing year, please say aye.
Aye.
That is official. Now I have the swearing in of the mayor pro tem. Unfortunately, I don't have any bling for you. We do have the swearing. You please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Tracy Mercer, do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the city of Winter Haven, the state of Florida, and the United States of America. That I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will faithfully perform the duties of mayor pro tem of the city of Winter Haven, on which I am now about to enter.
Before we move on to liaison reassignments, Mayor Pro Tem Mercer, would you like to say a word or two?
I'll say a few words. I want to thank you for your trust and confidence. And this is a great honor to be Mayor Pro Tem. I am committed to Winter Haven and to the progress that we've made. As you know, Brian and I came in at the same time. We've been on the board the same amount of time. And he's already told you all about some of the progress that we've made on this. So I have a long history and a long career in public service. And I've worked in small cities and I've worked in some larger cities than Winter Haven. But Winter Haven is my home, and that's where I've been the last 25 years. So I understand the responsibilities that comes with supporting the mayor and the commissioners and the citizens and the city of Winter Haven. My focus is on improving our infrastructure, supporting our local businesses, and ensuring public safety, the environment, our recreation facilities, our citizens, and to do that with open communications and to make this city something that we can all be proud of, and I think we all are. So I thank you very much for everything. Thank you.
With that, let's get to work.
All right.
All right, liaison reassignments.
Well, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to keep all of the ones that I have.
ask about the AHAC.
Okay.
And I mentioned prior to, also I think Brad was on the forestry. As well. I know that was vacant.
Okay. So,
And I'm willing to planning to let.
Can't hear you.
Have that experience.
We can't.
the forestry,
No, the planning.
the planning. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so Commissioner Birdsong wishes to retain all seats. Let's just start with that. Are there any objections? Anybody would like to do anything different there, or is that okay? With everybody? We're good? We don't need motions for this. It's a general consensus, I believe, right?
I believe that's a general consensus.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we've done.
Okay. With Commissioner Dollison, he wishes to serve on the AHAC committee as well as the forestry committee, which was previously held by Commissioner Dantzler. Are there any objections? Anybody wish to serve on those committees? Or are we okay with that? Seeing none, we'll make that so. And then I think historically, the outgoing commissioner seats that were held, the incoming commissioner would take those seats over unless someone else wanted, we wanted to have that discussion. But that would leave the Cultural Arts Advisory, the MTAC, and the Planning Commission as vacant seats. And if Commissioner Davis would be good with those.
Yes, I'm fine with those.
Are there any additional ones that you wish to serve on besides those? It's a good crash course right there.
Nope, I'm good. Thanks.
And Commissioner Mercer, are you good with serving on the remaining ones that you have? Okay.
Fine.
We good?
With the Urban Forestry Advisory.
So, Mayor, if it would be appropriate with you, if I could just go through these, because I want to make sure we have them correct.
Yep.
Affordable Housing Advisory Committee will be Commissioner Dollison. Airport Advisory Committee, Mayor Yates. CRA Board is all commissioners. Cultural Arts Advisory Committee, Commissioner Davis. Firefighters Pension Board, Mayor Pro Tem Mercer. General Employees Pension Board, Commissioner Birdsong. Lakes Advisory Committee, Commissioner Birdsong. Library Board, Commissioner Dollison. Multimodal Transportation Advisory Committee, Commissioner Davis. Planning Commission, is that now Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Thank you. Police Officers Pension Board, Tracy Mercer. Risk Management Committee, Commissioner Mercer. Urban Forestry Advisory Board, Commissioner Dollison.
Yes.
Central Florida Regional Planning Council, Commissioner Birdsong. Main Street Winter Haven, Mayor Yates. Polk Regional Water Cooperative, Commissioner Birdsong with Mayor Pro Tem Mercer as the alternate. Polk Transit Authority, Commissioner Birdsong. Polk Transportation Planning Organization, Commissioner Birdsong. Mayor Yates, Mayor Pro Tem Mercer, Commissioner Dollison is the alternate. Ridge League of Cities, Mayor Yates with Mayor Pro Tem Mercer as the alternate. Transportation Disadvantaged Local Coordinating Board, Commissioner Birdsong. Tourist Development Council, Mayor Yates. Tourist Development Council Arts, Culture, and Heritage Committee, Mayor Yates. Winter Haven Housing Authority, Commissioner Dollison. And the Winter Haven Economic Development Council, Commissioner Birdsong. Correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. We will update that roster accordingly and have it available as need be.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to our consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move approval of the consent agenda in its entirety.
With that, we'll close the commission meeting, open the public meeting. Anyone wish to speak to any of the items on the consent agenda? Seeing none, we'll close the public meeting, reopen the city commission meeting. Any more discussion on the consent items? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. We have one resolution this evening. City Attorney, title only.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commission Resolution R-26-01, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Winter Haven, Florida, affirmatively accepting the conveyance of certain real properties from Polk County, Florida, to the City of Winter Haven, Florida, as more particularly described in the county deeds executed by Polk County, Florida, to the City of Winter Haven and recorded on July 16th, 2025, in Official Records Book 13625, pages 1361, 1362, and 1364, Public Records of Polk County, Florida, and providing for an effective date. Thank you.
Thank you. City Manager.
Mayor and Commissioners, on July 22nd, 2025, Polk County delivered 5 county deeds for vacant residential real property acquired by the county through the escheatment process. 2 of the county deeds include or indicate a 1/24th ownership in the property by the city. As such, these county deeds will not be affirmatively accepted at this time, pending further review by the City Attorney's Office. However, Resolution R-2601 formally accepts the 3 remaining county deeds, each indicating all rights and interests are granted to the City of Winter Haven. Staff recommends the City Commission approve Resolution R-26-01 and authorize City Manager or designee to take further necessary actions related to this matter. Thank you.
Motion.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move approval of resolution R-2601.
We'll close the commission meeting, open up public comment. Any members of the audience would like to speak to this item? Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Any further discussion on this item? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Okay, we have several ordinance first readings this evening. City Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commission Ordinance Number O-2601, an ordinance amending Chapter 21 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Winter Haven, Florida, by amending a portion of Plan Unit Development Ordinance O-07-78, providing for the administrative correction of scrivener's errors, repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith, and providing an effective date. The general location, the subject property is located in Lake Ashton 2, generally located east of County Road 653 and west of Rattlesnake Lake, and consists of the common area parcels containing the amenity center and rights-of-way for the Lake Ashton 2 CDD. The area covered by this request is 54.18 plus or minus acres. Thank you.
City Manager.
Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, I'm going to ask our Director of Economic Opportunity and Community Investment, Eric Labby, to present item 13A for ordinance 2601.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Lake Ashton 2 CDD is the petitioner. They request the city amend a portion of PUD ordinance O-0708. This would amend the general common area for the PUD to allow for mobile food vending as a permitted use on the subject property. This is the only proposed amendment to the PUD. Community events are scheduled at the amenity center for Lake Ashton 2 residents, and they intend to include mobile food vending as part of these events. Section 2198 of the Winter Haven Code of Ordinances, which regulates mobile food vending, will apply when they have events. The Planning Commission did hear this on December 1st, 2025, regular meeting, and voted to recommend approval. No members of the public spoke. Staff does recommend the City Commission approve ordinance O-2601.
And Mayor, for clarification, this will not be voted on this evening as it's a first read, so we're recommending it be advanced to second reading 2 weeks from today.
Okay, which will be January 26th.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll move on to item 13B. City Attorney?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commission ordinance number O-26-02, an ordinance amending ordinance 23-24, the 2035 Winter Haven Comprehensive Plan by amending the schedule of capital improvements portion of the capital improvements element of the City of Winter Haven Comprehensive Plan, revising capital improvements element policies 1.1.7 and 1.1.8, repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for the administrative correction of scrivener's errors, and providing an effective date. Thank you.
Thank you. City Manager?
Again, Mr. Labby will present this item this evening.
Yes, sir, Mayor, Commissioners. This is required annually by Florida statutes, Chapter 166.041, Sub 4. We must amend the 5-year schedule of capital improvements within our comprehensive plan to include all budgeted city items that implement specific objectives and policies contained within the comprehensive plan, and those future projects for which grant funding will be pursued. Per the capital improvement element policy 1.1.3, only those projects with a minimum cost of $25,000 and a minimum service life of 5 years are included. It also adopts by reference the FDOT 5-year work program, the Polk County 5-year transportation work program, and the 5-year work program adopted by Polk County School Board. Again, the Planning Commission did hear this on December 1st, 2025. There were no public comments, and staff does recommend approval of ordinance O-2602.
Again, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, this is being recommended for movement to second reading 2 weeks from this evening.
Okay. We'll move forward to 13C.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commission, ordinance O-26-03. An ordinance amending the Winter Haven Code of Ordinances, Chapter 21, Article Roman numeral 7, Division 5, relating to approval of subdivision plats, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, the administrative correction of scrivener's errors, codification, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Thank you.
City Manager?
Mr. Labby will present, sir.
Yes, sir, Mayor, Commissioners. During the 2025 Florida legislative session, Senate Bill 784 was passed by the legislature, signed into law, and became effective July 1st, 2025. The most significant change is that this is a approval of the final subdivision plat is now required to be administrative through city staff instead of the city commission. This should sound familiar. We recently adopted a policy that implemented the requirements of Senate Bill 784. This is the actual code revision to codify those changes into our code of ordinances. This was heard by the Planning Commission, and staff does recommend that the City Commission approve ordinance O-2603.
Thank you. No vote on this one. We'll move it forward to January 26th. Item 13D, ordinance 26-04. City Attorney?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ordinance number O-26-04, an ordinance amending the Winter Haven Code of Ordinances, Chapter 21, Article Roman numeral 2, Table 21-32A, the Table of Land Uses, Chapter 21, Article Roman numeral 2, Division 3, General Regulations for all zoning districts, and Chapter 21, Article Roman numeral 9, Section 21-532, definitions all relating to certified recovery residences, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, the administrative correction of scrivener's errors, codification, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Thank you.
City Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Labby will present this one. I do want to point out this one is a public hearing. So we will have a vote at first reading on this one upon his presentation of the item. Mr. Labby?
Yes, sir. Again, during the 2025 Florida legislative session, Senate Bill 954 was passed by the legislature and signed into law and became effective July 1st, 2025. Senate Bill 954 revises Chapter 397.487 sub 15 of Florida statutes by requiring local governments to amend their land development regulations to provide reasonable accommodations for certified recovery residences by January 1st of 2026. Certified recovery residences are a type of residential facility which provides individuals with addiction treatment, a place for reentering society after completion of an addiction treatment program. Effectively, this adds a definition for certified recovery residences to section 21-531, the definition section of our Code of Ordinances, and revises table 2132A, which is the table of land uses, to add certified recovery residences as a special use in the AG, RE, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, RM, MX, C2, and C3 zoning districts, and I2 zoning districts, and as a permitted use in the PI zoning district. We then go on to reorganize that chapter because we had to insert this new section. So the fact sheet enumerates in a table which sections are now renumbered. There is no direct financial impact to the city with this request. It is an ordinance pertaining to the amendment of the city's land development regulations, which is enacted for compliance with Senate Bill 954. Therefore, it's exempt from providing a business impact statement. Staff does recommend the City Commission approve Ordinance O2604 and authorize the city manager or his designee to take all necessary actions related to Ordinance O2604. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
move approval of ordinance 02604.
Seeing that we have a motion to approve, we'll close the commission meeting, open the public comment meeting. Is there any that wish to speak on this particular item? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, reopen the city commission meeting. Is there any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. That completes our first readings for this evening. We've got a couple of new business items. Florida Job Growth Infrastructure Grant and Agreement for Rail Spur. Let's be City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the commission. So we have 3 items this evening, as I had discussed during our agenda review of last Wednesday. These all 3 new business items pertain to the development of a rail spur, the construction of a rail spur at the Intermodal Logistics Park south of Wastewater Treatment Plant 3. These include a grant agreement with the state of Florida for a Florida Job Growth Infrastructure Grant, the approval of a cooperation agreement that spells out the various responsibilities and obligations of the parties involved in this project, and then finally, the award recommendation for the actual construction. We're going to divide this up with Mr. Labby presenting item 14A, Mr. Murphy presenting item 14B, and Mr. Carnevale presenting item 14C. So with that, I will ask Mr. Labby to present the Florida Job Growth Infrastructure Grant Agreement.
Yes, sir. Mayor, Commissioners, as I'm sure you recall, on December 9th, 2024, the City Commission authorized the city manager to submit a job growth grant application to the Department of Commerce requesting $1.5 million toward the construction of a rail spur at the Winter Haven CSX Intermodal Terminal to a proposed 41-acre Chick-fil-A, then called Project Ray, food-grade cold storage facility. Upon review of the grant application, it was awarded, and the governor announced the award at the Winter Haven Central Florida Intermodal Logistics Park on March 10th, 2025. A grant agreement between the state of Florida Department of Commerce and the city of Winter Haven has been negotiated and finalized. The agreement provides for grant payments of up to $1.5 million to the city of Winter Haven to be used towards the design and construction of the rail spur on a reimbursement basis. The city, Chick-fil-A, and the developer, Trapp Properties, will jointly provide project design and construction funds through a cooperation agreement. I believe that is next on your agenda. The city is responsible for $100,000 of the project's total cost. The Department of Commerce will be expected to provide the full 1.5 in grant funds, and all remaining costs will be the responsibility of Trapp and Chick-fil-A. When the project is complete, the city will transfer ownership of the rail spur and rights to the easements within which the rail spur will be constructed to a Commercial Property Owners Association known as the Central Florida Intermodal Logistic Park Property Owners Association, Inc., which will then be financially responsible for ongoing maintenance and operation expenses. According to the grant agreement, the city shall commence construction of the rail spur on or before March 15th, 2026. Bid documents for the project have been prepared and published in advance of the City Commission's consideration of the grant agreement, and staff anticipates commencement of construction prior to the commencement deadline. The total cost for construction of the rail spur is estimated to be approximately $3.3 million. The city maximum contribution to the project is $100,000. The cooperation agreement contains further details regarding financial obligations of all the parties. And staff recommends that the City Commission approve the Florida Job Growth Grant Agreement with the State of Florida Department of Commerce and authorize the city manager to execute same and take any further action necessary thereto. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
move approval of the Florida Job Growth Infrastructure Grant Agreement for the rail spur and authorize the city manager to execute all documents necessary.
Thank you. We have a motion for approval, so we will close the commission meeting and open for the public hearing meeting. Is there any individuals that would like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, reopen city commission meeting. Any more discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. 14B.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, one of the items that accompanies the Florida Job Growth Infrastructure Grant Agreement is your approval of a cooperation agreement, for which I will ask City Attorney John Murphy to present that item for your consideration and vote.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. And as City Manager and Mr. Labby have indicated, this is a follow-up of the grant agreement you've just considered and approved. The rail spur project involves public installation of approximately 1.25 miles of railroad track running from the CSX Southern Y to the east property line of the Chick-fil-A cold storage facility grounds. As you heard before, the total cost of the rail project spur project is expected to be at or near $3.3 million. To better define the rights, responsibilities, and obligations of the city, Chick-fil-A's subsidiary distribution company Supply Properties 2 LLC, which is referred to as CFA, and of property seller Tratt Properties LLC. We have jointly drafted a cooperation agreement, which is before you, which contains all the material rail spur financing, design, construction, ownership, and maintenance terms. According to the cooperation agreement, the city is responsible to design, permit, and construct the rail spur, as well as provide a city maximum contribution toward rail spur project costs in the amount of $100,000. Tratt and CFA will then provide interim project financing to the city using a city accessible drawdown escrow account with the escrow agent as identified in the cooperation agreement, who is First American Title Insurance Company. And ultimately, the Department of Commerce is expected by the parties to commit the full $1.5 million in reimbursable grant funds once those project costs have been incurred. So the way it will work pursuant to the cooperation agreement is that both Chick-fil-A and Tratt will deposit monies into an escrow account maintained by the First American Title Insurance Company, and they will be responsible based on the percentages outlined in the cooperation agreement for their respective shares, all of the costs beyond the $100,000. And then the city will then make a payment request. The only change from what was discussed on Wednesday is that on Friday, we did get agreement from Chick-fil-A and the escrow agent that the city would need to submit a payment request within 15 business days of when the payment request is certified by our engineer. And that is so that we can comply with the Uniform Prompt Payment or the Local Government Prompt Payment Act, because we will ultimately be responsible to our contractor to make payment in accordance with that statutory scheme. So therefore, we wanted to make sure that the cooperation agreement included contractual terms which allowed the city to make a payment request, and then require the escrow agent to pay us so that we can then make payment to our contractor. So really, the city, in a sense, is just a pass-through. But in order to get the monies from the grant, the project had to be designed and solicited by a public entity. And then ultimately, once we have had the rail project constructed, we then plan to convey that over, certainly by way of deed of easement and whatever other warranties we have to the Property Owners Association for them to maintain and operate the rail spur. Essentially, it'll be a rail spur, and then there are some design documents that were attached as an exhibit. I think that has also been changed. Instead of the detailed design documents, we have a conceptual design, but it's a track that comes off the main track, and then there's a little side track that will go right into the Chick-fil-A cold storage facility. And then the TRAT entity and Chick-fil-A will then be responsible for the ownership, maintenance, and operation of that facility once it's constructed and in operation and use. There may be more such rail spurs that come down the line. I don't know, but this project is kind of unique. It's certainly the first time we've done it here in Winter Haven, and although we anticipated this back as early as 2006, when the intermodal facility came into conceptual and ultimately opened. So this is this cooperation agreement does articulate all of the rights and duties and responsibilities of the parties as it relates to this rail spur project. It is, again, the city's maximum contribution is $100,000. We do expect to get the $1.5 million in grant reimbursement from the Department of Commerce. We will need to likely get an extension of time. I think right now, the Department of Commerce grant agreement that you've just approved requires construction to be complete. Is it by June 30th, 2026? And while that's certainly our goal, we may need some additional time. I think the Department of Commerce will cooperate with us, likely based on what they see is happening tonight. And so at this point, we would recommend that the commission approve the cooperation agreement, authorize the mayor and other municipal officials to execute the cooperation agreement and any other related documents, as well as authorize and instruct the city manager to take any further municipal action pursuant to and in accordance with the cooperation agreement in order to accomplish its purposes, which includes but are not limited to designing, constructing, and delivering the rail spur. I will tell you that we are collecting documents that are signatures, but we haven't gotten them all yet. I prefer to recommend our commission sign last, if you will, so that we know that we're signing a complete document. And we did get something from Chick-fil-A today, which shows their signature. We're still waiting for the title agent and for TRAT. We have their attorneys working on that. I expect to have hopefully all of the documents ready within the week. That's important because then the next item that you're considering is the awarding the bid, and time is really of the essence to get this moving forward. But we can't really do any work or even give a notice to proceed until we've got all of these things in place. So that would be our recommendation, is to approve the cooperation agreement.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
move approval of the cooperation agreement among all of the parties, and that staff and mayor sign is appropriate.
Thank you. Motion to approve the cooperation agreement. This time we'll close the commission meeting. We'll open the public hearing. Anyone in the audience wish to speak to this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, reopen the city commission meeting. Any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. 14C.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, this is the third piece of the puzzle when it comes to the rail project, and this is the award recommendation for the actual construction, and Deputy City Manager Carnevale will present.
Thank you, City Manager. So again, as stated, this is the construction piece. So to meet the goals of the grant agreement and the cooperation agreement as outlined, the city advertised ITB 2614 for construction and received 3 bids. R.W. Summers Railroad Contractor Incorporated of Polk County was the lowest most responsive bidder at $3,330,202. The city is expected to provide a financial contribution to the project in the amount of $100,000, as the city attorney stated. All construction costs in excess of the city's $100,000 contribution and the expected $1.5 million in Department of Commerce Job Growth Grant reimbursement funds are the collective responsibility of TRAT and CFA per the cooperation agreement that was just approved. The city is not expected to bear any of the management, maintenance, operational, or repair costs related to the rail spur project once construction is complete, and the project and easement are assigned to the Intermodal Park Property Owners Association. Staff recommends the City Commission award ITB 2614 to R.W. Summers Railroad Contractor Incorporated in the amount of $3,330,202 and authorize the city manager or his designee to take any and all further actions necessary and related thereto.
And Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, just an additional point on that, we will not issue any notice to proceed with that project until everything has been sent to Florida Commerce. We have all the documents back and they give us the authorization to actually do the notice to proceed on construction.
All right. Rail spur construction.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
move approval of the rail spur construction award recommendation to R.W. Summers Railroad Contractors Incorporated of Polk County, Florida.
Thank you. Motion has been received. We'll close the commission meeting, open public hearing. Any members of the audience wish to speak to this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, reopen the city commission meeting. Any further discussion on this item from the commission? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Okay. City Commissioner Liaison Reports. Commissioner Mercer, you want to go first?
I attended the PSC evaluation meeting for the aviation fuel supplier here at City Hall, and also attended online FLC legislative session preview webinar, which is in preparation of all of the Senate and House bills that will be presented next week in the legislature.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis, I know you know, first night, any extra credit you want to report on?
No, thank you.
All right, gave you a shot. All right, Commissioner Dollison.
I just want to welcome Commissioner Davis tonight, and just an honor to have you aboard, and look forward to working with you for the next few years. And I know the election was a fun process, and so I can certainly relate to that. And you had great support, and it's just wonderful to see the kind of support in Winter Haven that goes forward. So I'm looking forward to a great opportunity to do some great work. A lot of issues and initiatives that I think that with your expertise and background certainly will be very helpful to this commission. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Mayor excuse me, Commissioner Mercer.
Well, I know it's hard to get used
See,
to it.
well,
I
Mercer
know
didn't
it. I
correct
know
me,
it.
so it's Mercer's fault.
Well, it's been a long time since we had a meeting, so I've had several events, the Wolverine weekend activities, including a parade and a banquet, attended all those, a prayer breakfast, attended all of those events. Attended the Tablet House luncheon. It was actually their first annual, so that was nice. Attended a HCAER ribbon cutting. We have now a third emergency room hospital in the city, well, close to the city of Winter Haven. It's on Havendale Boulevard. So, and it's HCA, and it's a brand new facility, and it's really nice. Attended the TPO meeting, attended the Polk Transportation Disadvantage Local Coordinating Board, and enjoyed the employee celebration, even though I didn't win any of the the pool prizes. I don't know if it was no, it wasn't fixed. I know. And then finally, well, I attended the Central Florida Regional Planning Council meeting, of which it was my last meeting as the chair. I'm still on the committee, but I'm no longer the chair. And finally, I attended a PSC evaluation, which was sort of unique, that I hadn't seen that before, where there was only one bidder, and it was a lot of money. I mean, it was a big contract, but they explained that the bidder that bidded on it had work done that related to that particular project. And so I was just, because I'd never heard of a sole source for a contract that big. So they explained it to me, and I was pleased with what they told me. So that's it.
Thank you. Okay. And at risk of repeating a lot of the things, basically just did a lot of the end of the year stuff like everybody else. And so I'll leave that and just for a moment say, if I could draw it up, I couldn't draw it up any better than being able to work with the individuals up here on this commission, being able to work with the individuals that we have on city staff, from city manager, deputy city manager, city clerk, even the city attorney.
I appreciate that.
You sure?
We have our moments. No. In all of city staff, I mean, there's a lot to mention, so I can't mention everybody, but everybody, it's just, we run a world-class organization here, and we don't always do it right. We make mistakes, but we fix those mistakes, and we learn from them, and we move forward. And we just have a world-class city here in Winter Haven, and no place I'd rather live. With that, I will say, I'm going to give a little bit of homework to my commissioners. This section, I think, has evolved over the years. City liaison reports, city commissioner reports. If you want to see this change at all, like, why don't we report it this way, or what? Let's, put the thinking cap on. Maybe it's fine. Maybe we just leave it alone. But, if you want to see this section be any different, let's talk about it at the next agenda review meeting. And with that, we'll move on to the city attorney report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commission. And again, I just want to welcome Commissioner Davis to the commission. I had the privilege of, in addition to working here, I have an opportunity to work with Commissioner Davis at the school board, and his keen insight and his talents are very obvious at the school board. So I think that will carry over very well as an elected official. And so it's a privilege to work with him and everyone on the commission. As Mayor Yates just said, if you could draw this would be a perfect setting. And nothing is truly ever perfect, but we have a very, very collegial and a very forward and a very good commission and a great city. And certainly it's with gratitude and great honor that I continue to be able to be a part of this whole enterprise. So I wish everyone a very happy new year. This is our first meeting in 2026. Took a little while to get used to that. And then I also wanted to remind the mayor, I won't bother you about any ties you might have to wear for games and all that, but you do need to give the bling back. When we
Scarlet and gold. I mean, it just matches.
yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, that's all I have tonight, and it's just great to be able to work with all of everyone here. So thank you.
Thank you. City manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple items for this evening. Again, you heard from our MLK Steering Committee a number of events that are taking place. I encourage you to attend all those that you can. Certainly, one of the highlights of that is the luncheon on Friday, where we will also recognize some historically significant individuals in our community, and then our parade on Saturday morning. And if I know that the my assistant, Amanda Jo Nicholson, will coordinate with you for any questions you have on transportation with the parade and where to be when. City commissioners will be traveling beginning Wednesday of next week to Tallahassee. Legislative session kicks off tomorrow, and our Polk County Day is very early this year, so it will be somewhat of a hectic time in Tallahassee, but we will travel on Wednesday. Polk County Day will commence in full swing on Thursday, and the commission will return back to Winter Haven on Friday. That agenda is still being finalized. Again, committee meetings are still being added to the calendar. And so Katrina Hill, our Director of Public Affairs and Communication, is coordinating on what our full agenda will be. And we will get to that to you as soon as possible. City offices will be closed on Monday in observance of Dr. King's holiday. And with that, Mr. Mayor, I look forward to working with you in your leadership role in governing these meetings. Mayor Pro Tem Mercer, likewise, as well as the members of our boards, particularly our CRA board, which met earlier this evening. Thank Mayor Yates for serving as the chair of that, and I understand Commissioner Dollison is our vice chair of that committee. And last but certainly not least, welcome aboard Commissioner Davis. Look forward to working with you and planning out the rest of your orientation with us. Thank you.
Deputy City Manager.
Nothing this evening, sir. Thank you.
City Clerk.
Ditto to all the comments made this evening. Thank you.
One last thing I did just completely forget until Vanessa's voice came into my ear. There is a reception immediately following this meeting. Certainly the public is encouraged and welcome to stay for that. It will be in our somewhat tight conference room across the way, but the clerk's office has put on a beautiful event for us this evening. So if you're able to stay and visit with the city commissioners, please do so. Thank you.
Deputy City Clerk. Anything? All right.
I just have one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I've been invited to celebrate a lady that has turned or is turning, I can't believe it, but this is 111 years old. This is on my calendar for Thursday of this week. 111 years old. I recall doing a proclamation for this person like 5 years ago, 6, maybe 7 years ago, because she was 103 or 4, something like that. She's 111. I can't wait to get there to see this lady. And her name is Gertrude Williams, 111 years old.
Please wish her a happy birthday from all of us.
I will.
I'd have to live to 111 to match my golf score. With that, motion to adjourn.
All right.